Welcome to the Professional Data Engineer Crash Exam course. Today we will focus on DATAFORM, a framework for developing, testing, versioning, and deploying SQL-based data pipelines directly within BigQuery. It is serverless and fully integrated with the Google Cloud ecosystem, enabling a modern approach to data engineering. We are transitioning from traditional, often complex SQL scripts to SQL as code, adopting software engineering best practices. This includes version control for tracking changes and modular code to break down monolithic pipelines into smaller, manageable, and reusable components. DATAFORM offers key capabilities, including serverless execution infrastructure and ELT in BigQuery for direct in-warehouse transformations. It also features an intuitive interface with familiar SQL syntax and automated scheduling for simplified pipeline orchestration. DATAFORM includes automated dependency management. It maps dependencies, ensuring downstream tasks only execute after upstream dependencies successfully complete. This entirely eliminates the need for manual orchestration. Reliability gates and auto-documentation are built-in features. Data quality assertions are implemented natively within BigQuery tables to ensure accuracy. Automated documentation is generated alongside the code, making pipelines instantly understandable and maintainable. When structuring your project repository, separate your SQL code into folders: sources, intermediate, and outputs. Sources contain external data declarations, intermediate holds, building blocks for final outputs, and outputs are the final tables for consumption. The code structure maps to the data lifecycle: raw platforms, refined, and ready. Adhere to BigQuery naming conventions, using a unique prefix for intermediate table file names and concise, business-friendly file names for final output tables. DATAFORM supports environment topologies and overrides. The dataform.json file dynamically injects environment-specific settings, allowing the same unified codebase to run safely in isolated environments like development, staging, and production. DATAFORM offers two deployment flavors: core and managed. DATAFORM Core is open source and requires user-managed infrastructure. DATAFORM on Google Cloud is a fully managed enterprise experience, providing serverless orchestration and native integration with Google Cloud services. The unified DATAFORM blueprint combines software engineering rigor with serverless BigQuery execution. SQL code modules pass through a quality assertion gate before forming a repository-directed acyclic graph, leading to reliable data transformation outputs in BigQuery. DATAFORM facilitates the transition to SQL as code, moving from complex, traditional SQL scripts to modular code and version control, embracing software engineering best practices for building robust data pipelines. The DATAFORM engine offers key capabilities: serverless execution and ELT within BigQuery, an intuitive interface utilizing familiar SQL syntax, and automated scheduling for simplified pipeline orchestration. DATAFORM automatically manages dependencies. Downstream tasks won't execute until all upstream dependencies are successfully completed, which entirely eliminates the need for manual orchestration in your data pipeline. It includes built-in reliability gates like native assertions for testing and validation within BigQuery. It also provides auto-documentation, generating living documentation alongside the code for better pipeline maintainability. A typical DATAFORM project repository is structured into sources, intermediate building blocks, outputs for final tables, and extras for utility scripts. Be mindful of monolithic repositories' impact on performance. The code structure maps to the data lifecycle. Raw platforms are refined through transformation, combination, and aggregation, resulting in ready, business-friendly output tables. Adhere to BigQuery naming conventions for intermediate tables. DATAFORM supports environment topologies and overrides. Using dataform.json and variables, the same unified codebase can be deployed safely across development, staging, and production environments. DATAFORM offers two deployment flavors: the open-source DATAFORM Core, which requires user-managed infrastructure, and the fully managed DATAFORM on Google Cloud, which provides a serverless experience and native Google Cloud integration. The unified DATAFORM blueprint brings together software engineering rigor, testing, and modularity with serverless BigQuery execution. It processes SQL code modules through a quality assertion gate, transforming raw data into final reporting tables.